forget how they did this with a board game. With a computer, it's a lot easier. But, so everybody moved at once. So, like, if you're taken or not depended on if someone might move to take it, but you might take it. So there was an element of real-time risk which involved, like, predicting what the other person was going to do. And I think it was even crazy, like, you could move all the pieces you wanted, and that didn't really help, because moving a bunch of pieces wasn't a good idea. You needed to move just certain ones for your strategy.
Well, that's kind of a good idea, too.
All at once kind of thing, it works pretty well, but it's hard to do.
It's like simulating that game theory kind of stuff, throwing in some of those kind of challenges where, if you make a bargain, you both lose. If you don't make a bargain, that kind of game theory shit where, you have to negotiate. You have to predict what the other guy's going to do, or you're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, I agree. And when you're designing games, that's just what you look for, is these little tiny things like that where you can make a game out of it. And definitely that's one of them that's underutilized, is sort of, and again, it's underutilized because it's hard to do in a traditional board game. I mean, you have to write on a piece of paper or something, whereas in a computer game, it's easy. You can type things in, you can automatically, just set up a situation where there is one of the prisoner dilemma or something. And but it's underutilized because so far the computer games are just a lot of.
Yeah, I just love the idea of simulating a board game. That's just like what you were saying with tiles, but yeah, like the squares just don't have a destination until you start playing the game. The idea of playing a maze, and you don't get to see the maze ahead of time. So you're writing the maze as you're playing the maze, and it's inevitable that there will be an opening. There will be a way out of the maze. But you're never going to know what it is going to be because it's going to be randomized to such an extent that you're never going to be able to predict it. But you're still going to have to play it. And, if somebody else is interacting with you as you're playing it, they're going to get in your way, and that's going to be your whole, But, yeah, the idea of you can go anywhere. You can turn any trap doors. You can just, I mean, computers allow you to do so much with the idea of a board game. Because you can just change the whole dynamic of the game. It can turn into it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's like the Wizard of Oz. You're going to be in Kansas 1 minute, and then you're in Oz the next minute.
I know what I was going to mention, because you mentioned a game where you're kind of adding up karma. Well, what I have in this system is 3 kinds of karma that all mix, and so those are the basic 3 ways to win, but there's also secondary ways to win, which is, like secondary colors, that are mixtures of 2 out of the 3, and that's what links all the games and all the tiles together, is that no matter what they're producing, they have to have an associated color. So, like an economic domination game that's dealing with money, has to have a color associated with money that fits into whatever the karmic design, which I have for these 3 colors and how they mix, so money's really aggressive, so it's red or whatever, the rule.
Well, that's how that careers game works. It's like you start off predicting what you're going to do. So you say you have to have 100 points. You can say, well, I'm going to get 30 hearts and 30 monies and 30 fames, or 33, okay, to get your 100. Or you can say 90, fames and 10 of the other 2, or whatever the arrangement would be. But you're predicting ahead of time what you're going to try to accomplish. And the catch would be, as you're playing the game, you end up with 10,000 times more love than you wanted, and not nearly enough fame, because you have to get to your minimum numbers. So you end up having to maybe score 200 points just to get your 100 points in the right categories, which added some kind of, which didn't make it just a game where you just play it and see how many points you can get. You all had to kind of try before you started the game, and the other players are going to try to guess what you're after and try to get in your way.
So the real idea too is that off on the side while people play these games is they build like their own board that's sort of like a board game version of a Facebook page or something with all of these links that they're spatially located, and they can have game rules associated with them. And as we hook those together, I mean, that's sort of the cyberpunk, Snow Crash, William Gibson sort of view of cyberspace, is that, you have your own website, but it's 3D and it's incorporated into a 3D world. And board games are a great way to do that, because that's basically how a modular 3D world has to work, is that you have a tile, and instead of just being a tile, it has a 3D model on it that fits up seamlessly with the one next to it. Technically, I mean, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't like the press to talk because it's sort of irritating. Sometimes people want to talk, and it's just holding this mouse thing down is just bullshit. So I don't find it very. I find it irritating. So yeah, I don't see why you can't turn a mic off when you go into a room. I really don't see how that's just an extraordinary amount of effort.
Yeah, but it's easier to.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't find it easier. If I held this button now, I don't find that easier, alright? It's just irritating. I don't like it. There's your answer. I don't like it. Oh, yeah, well, I was pressing to talk, and it turned it off. Anyway, yeah, look, I don't like it. That's the bottom line. I don't like having to hold my mouse button down to talk. Where's out my batteries?
Save a lot of hassle.
Well, whatever. I don't think it's that much hassle if assholes can't figure out they go into a room where other people are talking and have their mic open. I don't know why it's such a big deal for some asshole who isn't even going to say anything to turn their fucking mic off. So, fuck it. If somebody's too stupid to figure that out, then fuck them.
If somebody's too stupid to figure that out, then fuck them.
Gary, here's my
Yeah, well, you know what? It actually really isn't like even that big of a deal. Even having common courtesy is a deal.
Well, it's kind of a big deal when you're in the room, obviously,
Well,
now,
kind of
because
a
you
deal
try to talk
when
over
you're in the room,
everybody.
obviously, now,
But Pyro, your
you try to
mic's
talk
open.
over everybody.
I believe
But
it's
Pyro,
your
your mic's open. I believe it's your mic.
Yeah, I can sort of see that. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sort of
Yeah,
see
it
that.
is me.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Really, really tiny. Really tiny.
That would happen.
But yeah, I can still see something. Oh, there's Stickam. I can see Stickam.
Stickam. I can see Stickam.
Okay, look, I'm going to try to show you this stuff, but I can't see it, is the problem. Okay, wait, maybe I can move it over the other way, so like this. And then, hold on. Okay.
Yeah, there's another monitor.
Hold on, no, be patient, be patient. You waited this long. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's done. That's gone. Okay, there we go. Now I can see.
Ah, I can see the tiles, yes, different colors.
Ah, I can see the tiles, yes, different colors.
Okay, and they join together, and I've got a piece so far. I also have a 3D mode that I'm working on, which is it's all in JavaScript ultimately, but you can do, oops, that's your thing.
That was fantastic, fantastic thing.
That was
Yes, my
fantastic,
theme is
fantastic thing. Yes, my theme is fantastic.
Well, anyway, hold on a sec. I'm just going to go off audio now, but I'm going to pull up the thing.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it good now. Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah, I like the idea of it. I like the idea that it can it's got that visual interest thing happening. And spawning. It's Cancer. Yeah, okay. Let's call the game Cancer. That'd be so cool. Alright. Gotta get my coffee now. But yeah, I get the idea anyway. Could use it for modeling something else maybe too. Kind of interesting. Geometry. Yep, my coffee. Now you can talk, Bandit, because now I'm going to get coffee. So now you can just say some kind of crap like, well, it's all fuel anyway, all this crap talking about games anyway. What the fuck's the point? Because it's all game is over anyway. It's all game over. Game over, oh, game over, game over. And, you know, we ought to just, we ought to just hang out and talk about how the game's over. And, like, I could say game over, and you could say, double game over, and I could say, like, double game over times affinity. And you could say, double game over times crudtinity. And then you could say like, shittery, and I could say like, fuckingery. Okay, game over times fuckingery. Alright, double that. Times 2. Fucker.
Times 2.
Bandit. Do you have a YouTube handle that I would know?
Nope.
Alright. Are you an antinatalist, or do you know what that means? Like, we might as well not be born kind of position, like Gary?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I do not hold that truth to myself.
Yeah, no, Pyro, he's like you in some... It depends on the day. One day he's one guy, the next day he's the other guy, but he's really into this cybergenetic stuff. He wants to have like a 40-foot stainless steel penis.
Oh, that's right, transhumanism.
$7 billion man. You know, he wants to be the $7 billion man.
The $7 billion
I like that shit.
You know, eat his hungry man dinner, and in his $7 billion man suit with his $7 billion jaw and his, mega plutonium teeth.
One of the least intrusive things you're going to have coming along now, and you almost already have with the iPhone, is this augmented reality, right, where you wear like glasses, and embedded in the real world around you is virtual reality. And the smartphones already do this shit, because all you need is a 3D compass, and it puts right in. You hold the phone up, and it shows you where the sky is, or where a restaurant's supposed to be, or whatever. If you get the glasses version of that, it's going to be a good way without having to like actually get a surgical implant. Are you into like Gary said he's into the surgical implant version?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just gonna let it happen as it is, and like you just said right there, what it is what it is, and pretty soon we're all going to be transhumanists. Well, we already are.
Well, yeah, we're going to do some of that, but that's not the answer. Okay, it's really not. We're just going to be a bunch of crippleists. But whatever. Yeah, the interesting thing is the guy. I saw some guy talking about this shit, and they're all talking out of their ass. But the idea of the contact lens, and it'll almost be like the Terminator, where you wear contact lenses, and like on the Terminator, where he had all this information would pop up, no matter what you're looking at. Everything you look at, you get a little bit of info. Data codes, like how much light it's projecting, what its mass is, like you'd have full access to this huge database of information, and everything you would be looking at would be augmented by this, whatever matrix of information you were interested in. You look at a woman, and it would approximate the mass and volume of her breasts. And you can just see that we would put it to all these silly uses, like, yes, give me the naked version, strip her of her clothes, and your little contacts would do that for you.
See, the thing is, Gary doesn't want to get with the program. I mean, basically, we are already transhumanists. I
don't want to get with the fucking program because the program doesn't go anywhere. Why would I want to augment my capacity to live a life I think is stupid? Why would I want to be a superhuman in a super shithole world? I'm going to be Superman on the planet of the turd. At the cesspool Superman. Yeah, I can't wait to be
The answer
Aquaman in the cesspool.
The answer is-
Yeah, Sesso-Man. I'll be Sesso-Man, and I'll be
No.
able to communicate with the
You
turds
really
with my
banned
telepathic
credit.
powers.
Listen.
I can make the turds all swim in a circle. Oh, I'll be like just like a superhero.
You banned credit.
Aqua Turd Man. Turd Aqua Turd. Turda-Man.
It's because it's because the glory of virtual reality with augmented reality might be able to be brought right into this world, you know, so that we can.
I want full immersion, man. I want full fucking immersion. Okay, I want to burn as much gas as I want. I want the full treatment, man. I want the full James Bond pressed suit. I want it all fucking perfect. I want everything I touch to turn to fucking gold.
So I don't know if anybody has one of these 3GS things, but they have compass in them. So, you know, it actually has that. Like if you have Google Photos or, you know, restaurants or gas stations or whatever, you know, where you point the phone, it'll show you in a little icon as you scan that it's right there. You could walk towards it like with the compass. So, I mean, that's already here. It's just not the full immersion. But I wonder, Gary, if you had augmented reality, if that might not count as full immersion, you know, I mean, it would insert things right into where you really were in such a way as to not make you.
Yeah, whatever. I just want to be free of it all. I want to be free of the whole idea of taking a dump. I want to be free of every stupid nuisance bit of reality, okay? I don't want to wash another dish. I don't want to do another fucking thing that is at all unpleasant. Fuck that. I just want to be full of energy and just enjoying an experience. You know, I want to just play perpetual golf without having blisters on my feet.
Well, you know, here's the fact of the matter is Gary doesn't want to admit to it, but technology-wise, transhumanism is where.
Yeah, well, whatever.
We really
whatever. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna find
Ben,
gold on the moon,
sometimes I have to admit,
and then we're gonna be able
to.
to.
A little bit, but I agree with you. I agree with you. I think we're already transhumanist. And
Yeah, we're all ready, but we're not. And what good does it do
us?
us? Okay, what good does it do us? It's just such bullshit. I mean, I saw some other guy wrote a book about the future or something. He had a flying car in the picture, and I was just like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to take you seriously and you got a flying car in the picture? What do you think people are going to do with their flying cars? Right? They're going to fly their fucking cars, you know, right into fucking Walmart, and they're going to fly their cars into the Twin Towers all over again, and fuck, yeah, flying. Let's give people flying cars. Oh yeah, that'll work out just fine.
Launched by catapult.
I'm just saying, the technology is getting
Bottom line
totally
is,
out of
you
hand.
better, seriously, you know, it's time for you to embrace it. It's time for you to embrace.
Oh, whatever. All you're gonna be embracing is a radio-controlled torpedo. Okay, that's gonna get you right in the ass. That's all you're gonna get for your trouble. You're gonna get cyborged by your own cyberosity.
Gary, what about this though?
Your
What about
cyberosity
this?
is gonna hoist you on your
You
own
have a
cyber
transhumanist
card.
thing. Gary, I want you to listen to this idea. So what about this? You're transhumanist, okay. So you have a pain center. You can install a system in that pain center where you can sever the pain center as you understand it. But see, you can do that now, but see, the problem is you don't know you're damaged. But this thing would be transhumanist. There would be a computer chip that would say, Gary, you have cut your hand, you should probably bandage it. You care enough, and so...
Yeah, well,
you
that
don't
kind
have
of
to feel
pain
any
doesn't
pain.
bother me, okay? To
All damage.
talk about the real hard kind of stuff, like a migraine headache.
So it
That's
would
going to be
work
hard
when your
for you to
arm was cut
undo. You know, just the dull, achy kind of psycho trauma that people experience. I mean, pain isn't just, oh, I smashed my finger with a hammer and it's unpleasant. I could live with that. I could eat that kind of pain all day long. Don't give me the kind of pain that sucks all the desire out of you.
If you cut your arm off. Okay. And also,
Well, I'm just saying, that only hurts for a fucking day, too. I mean, look, getting your arm cut off isn't much worse than getting a severe laceration on your arm.
But anyway, you could make something like that all understand. Now, you could take away the emotional worry, too, I think, because you can do it with severe kinds of drugs. You just don't want to become that kind of zombie. So personally, I'm like, take away the physical pain. I'll deal with the, oh my God, I have no hand. Am I okay? Do people, you know what I mean? I'm willing to deal with that kind of emotional drama, but I think you could take away that too. It's just that then you're taking away your personality, and you know, if you can't bitch about the things that bother you, are you really?
Like I said, I really don't need to bitch about a single fucking thing. So yeah, give me feel good, okay, and be in a nice environment, and I'll entertain myself just fucking fine. All right. Yeah. So just separate me from reality, gravity. Just all the little nuisances of being a biological organism. I really have no interest in being a biological
Transhumanism
organism.
can do that.
Well, I'm just saying, virtual reality can do it even easier, and I can fly in virtual reality. I can have unlimited adventures in virtual reality. I can live I can escape every physical limitation of this world in virtual reality. I could have anything in this world and everything outside of this world. Why wouldn't I choose that? Why would I want to be a cyborg in this shithole again? We're just back to Turd Man again. Why do I want to be a superhero in a puddle when I can be a king in an ocean?
Here's why, Gary.
King in an ocean.
Well, let's find out whose mic's open. I guess it's this Maxwell guy. You gotta turn your mic off, fucker. I think it's you. No, it's not you. Yeah, it is you. Okay, you gotta turn your mic off or I'll have to kick you. Maxwell is. Okay. Go ahead. No, it's still on. Alright, see you later, fella.
Still on. Alright.
Fucking dumb people. Okay, go ahead, Pyro.
Fucking dumb people.
What the fuck were we talking about again? Because in a Matrix, what was the question again? Shit, I had a great answer.
I keep kicking him, but he keeps... Turd Man, that's the question. How you undo the Turd Man scenario, okay? Being a big fish in a little puddle, or being an unlimited fish in an unlimited puddle. I'm just saying, virtual reality has unlimited possibilities.
Oh, I remember.
You could have all of your goddamn augmented human attributes in virtual reality. You could do it. You could just live your silly... I'm a transhuman, and you could do it in virtual reality. You could do it in the Matrix. You could be a transhumanist in virtual reality. I could do everything in virtual reality. Why? I said, why? If I could be an eagle, I could be an actual eagle. I could actually live the life of an eagle. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I rather have that opportunity than to sit in this stupid world talking to stupid people about stupid shit?
Your fucking your virtual reality crap. You're basically a cheap shell. You're gonna let somebody else you're gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, well yeah, virtual reality's cool. I'll let some fucking douchebag pull the fucking strings, dude. Now, what I'm saying is, I want to fucking be...
Look, an ass white. Somebody can give your fucking transhuman parts a goddamn virus just as easy. I can steal the batteries out of your little backpack just as easy. So this is all a pile of shit excuse crap. You can't undo the real argument, which is that virtual reality has unlimited potential. Transhumanism has limited potential. It's just a fact.
Right, dude. You're gonna have some fucking idiot.
The mic is way too high. And we've been over this and over this, Bandit. I'm not gonna just regurgitate the same arguments over and over again. It's a fact. Virtual reality has unlimited potentialities. Transhumanism has severely limited potentialities. The fucking end.
Potentialities. The fucking end.
Okay, first of all, let me say that, Bandit, I totally get you now for the first time. You're not just a crank on this, you actually have a point. And two, it's a good point, because here's the reason, Gary. I agree that virtual reality is more freeing, in a sense, though Bandit has a good point that you're limited to what the programmers let you do.
Oh,
But let's say the
bullshit,
programmers have to
bullshit,
give you what
bullshit,
you want.
bullshit. You
Yeah,
can
okay,
choose
yeah,
before you go in.
Wait, now let me go,
Before you go in.
What I was going to see is the advantage of transhumanism, at least in getting to that virtual reality point, is that you can be productive. You can still produce. Whereas in the virtual reality,
in virtual reality, you could do all kinds of physics. You could if your passion was to be productive, you could do all kinds of productive thinking in virtual reality. If that was what got you off, then you could do it.
If that was what got you off, then you could do it.
And you'd have more power to do it. You could actually become a photon and do physics from the perspective of a photon. You can, any world that can be simulated, you could be a piece of it. You could be anything.
No, but I mean, somebody has
anything.
Somebody has to take care of.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you, Pyro. There's
argue.
nothing to take care of, okay? I mean, you can run, you know it. You can run this on megabytes. You don't even need a huge amount of a generating engine to create a hell of a matrix to exist in. And with more and more technology, it'd just be unlimited adventuring.
I'm just saying, at the very least, you're going to have this transhumanism where people slowly enter the virtual reality. Then,
and I'm just saying it's going to be as lame. It's going to be as lame as every bit of other technology we have. Even the fucking internet. It's layered with Google ads. It's just a shithole. You can't even watch shit on the internet now because they're putting so many ads on everything. So it's all turning to shit.
But I'm just saying transhumanism is a bridge to a more full virtual reality.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying, let's fuck the bridge. Let's just cement the fucking gully and get there as fast as possible. So, yeah, I'm not saying we're going to have to go through this transhumanism thing, but I'm just saying the way it is now, we're doing it in all the wrong ways. We're transhumanizing people into these horrible lifestyles. Why do I want to be a complete cripple, you know, and just have an electronic voice and you know, have an electronic feeding tube, an electronic inhaler, and an electronic, I mean, it's just disgusting. You know, so I can just geezer around this dirty shithole. Again, like I said, if this was a better world, if it didn't have starving people, and if it didn't have animals dying, if it didn't have all this other crap for me to worry about, then I would be fine with it. I want a cat that lives forever. I want to live in a world where I don't have to watch. I don't want to live in a world where I don't have to know that a single fucking thing ever dies or ever suffers. I don't even want to know of the existence of a misery. I don't even want to know how to spell the word. I don't even want to know how the word sounds. I don't even want to know that the word has any meaning whatsoever.
I don't know that the word has any meaning.
Gary, I just wanted to tell you, it's funny you mentioned feeding tube, because my daughter right now, I just went a week ago to Oahu to get a feeding tube installed because she has a blockage in like 5 months. She's been losing weight and can't keep food down, and it turns out it's a blockage in her duodenum, and so she had to have a feeding tube all the way down into her intestines, and so for like a month and a half she's going to have to live off a feeding tube going through her nose and walk around with an IV, so we got a backpack. So funny you should mention that.
Yeah, well, it's just, that's a horror I couldn't, you know, I'm sorry, I just couldn't even, I can't even contemplate how I can't stand it. I can't look at that and say, oh, this is fun. I just can't fucking do that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not fun, but she was the one that said I should mention it. She's right here.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, that's, you know, it's nice. I'm just saying, I just, you know, like I said, the cat the other day got into a fight with the other cat, and half his face got fucking ripped off. I mean, you know, who needs that? I don't need that. That doesn't make my fucking day. That doesn't make life any livable. That just totally sucks.
Well, cat fights are one of the worst. It's so needless. Cats, that's the...
Well, I'm just saying, that's exactly the point. It's just more of this grief and this, you know, and the cat's okay about it. I mean, it's not like it's just grieving over its misery, but I'm just saying, I mean, you know, it's going to have to fucking live with this for 2 months. Well, whatever. I'm just saying, I don't even want to know this crap. Why would I want to live in this world with superpowers? This world sucks. These rules suck. You play right, you play by the rules, and you get run over by a bus. You can't guarantee anything. You can't control anything. It's complete fucking shit. I can't even communicate with the goddamn fish. I mean, I tried. Ooh, superpower. Ooh, fish control power. No, no fish control power. I don't even have fish control power.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that even transhumanism or virtual reality, well, virtual reality may solve it, but life fucking sucks, dude. It's a fucking complete fucking horror show. It's a nightmare, dude. Every single day I wake up, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say every single day, but yeah, there's a piece of it in every day. There's at least a piece of it in every day. And some days it's just, woof. Ugh, but yeah, well, whatever. You know, I've just had my fill. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I had my fill when I was 6, but I'm just saying, the whole thing has been exactly the shit that I mean, it just keeps happening, and it's just going to keep happening, and it's like, fuck, what next? What next? What next? What next? What next? And it's just, you know, I'm just done with it. I'm done. I have had enough of it. I don't want to see another thing cry or suffer or hurt ever.
Why don't you move to tropical island like Thailand or something?
Because your bullets are cheaper, that's why. What the fuck? Why would I try to rebuild a life at 50? No, I don't think so. If I was 17, yeah. Yeah, well, good on your daughter. I mean, it's, you know, it's good to face things and all that kind of stuff. And wanting to live, like I said, we're all in the game, you know, but I'm still saying it's an addiction game. And I just still grieve for her trauma and her discomfort. I mean, it's just not, I hate it. Should be a law against it.
Hey Gary, I reckon virtual reality, you know, will obviously be the first, but don't you reckon it will lead up to transhumanism? You know, like you think transhumanism's harder than virtual reality, but won't it lead to that anyway? Become easy?
Well, none of it's going to get there. Like I said, we're not going to survive any more technology. Like I said, flying cars, people are just going to fly them into dikes. I mean, it's just, you know. So I don't think we can manage the world the way it is now. We're just going to have drones are fighting our wars. I mean, it's just getting really fucking ugly. And it's going to get uglier.
Well, I agree with you. It is getting fucking ugly. The bottom line is that even if you don't even want to agree with transhumanism, I mean, nanotechnology is a wave of the future. I mean, you're going to have, like, if you get cancer, they're
not
like,
we already been through this already. We
robots.
don't need this nanotechnology speech. I'm not saying nanotechnology isn't going to happen, but I'm just saying it's as much connected to virtual reality as it is to your stupid transhumanism. They'll use nanotechnology to run wires to your fucking brain. That's exactly how you create full immersion virtual reality, is through nanotechnology.
don't understand why you don't embrace transhumanism, but you embrace virtual reality.
Well, I'm just saying, because transhumanism is not going to make me live in a clean world. It's not going to give me a movie life. It's not going to have me in some great circumstance. It's still going to have me in the shitty hovel, okay? Why do I need cybergenetic fucking appendages to, you know, vacuum my dirty rug? I mean, fuck that shit. You wanna be a superhuman doing superly shitty, stupid, boring crap? Fine. I don't see any purpose in it myself. I don't want, you know, superhuman parts so I can go be a waiter at a restaurant. I mean, fuck.
I agree with you. I'm sick of waking up and living the nightmare. I just want to fucking not wake up, you know, and I'm too much of a coward to kill myself, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I agree with you. I just want to fucking, you know, just...
Well, I'm just saying, so if we have a 50-cent virtual reality, it costs 50 cents a day, okay? So all you have to do is work long enough to make, like, you know, whatever, $768, and you can buy yourself 30 years in virtual reality with $768. Why wouldn't that be a fucking goddamn, oh yeah, that sounds like a good deal to me? Instead, you're talking about some sort of bullshit where you think the system, the industrial complex is going to make you into a $6 billion man. No, that's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, I'm not even fucking kidding. Of course, I would love to just like lay down and be in a virtual reality state where I can just fucking, you know, literally live the dream and fucking sleep and have one of those great fucking dreams where, you know, I can fly and I can do this and I can do that. Yeah, of course, that would be fucking great. I just think that transhumanism is going to come before that, or it's going to be part of it.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, there's no point in wasting, in my opinion, a whole bunch of time on fixing this world. It can't be fixed. There's no point in wasting the money on pyramids in this reality when you can spend that resources and those monies on getting to the virtual reality quicker. I'm just saying transhumanism, if you spend too much money on it, it's just going to waste a bunch of resources that should be put to the direct root cause. And so if you get there quicker, in 30 or 40 years is going to make all the difference. And we got to get there quick, because if we don't get there quick, like I said, technology is going to make us all way too fucking dangerous.
I agree with you 100%. I just think that you're skipping on the reality of it, and I think that transhumanism is already here.
I'm not going to argue with you. I just don't see any point in it, okay? I don't see any fucking point. I'm not saying, go ahead, make your contact lenses, make all your little hardware, play all your stupid games. I'm just saying, we already know where the game is. The game is in video games. We see how they're so addictive. We see how people are already immersed in them, even though they're not, you know, technically, physically integrated into their bodies. But we know that's the game. The game is playing a better story. The game isn't playing with better hardware. The game is better software.
See, that's what my concern is about, especially on virtual reality. I mean, who's the person that's controlling the software?
I'm not going to argue with you again. I'm just not going to do this. We've been over and over this shit. It's just bullshit. It's a bullshit argument. Who controls what game you buy at the store now? I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
Alright, I have to go for a second, and then also I have to go after that in a bit, but I'll probably be back later by then. I already got distracted. So alright, be right back.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you were already gone, but whatever. So it's like, be back after, I'll be back later when I'm back, sometime later after I'm back. But whatever, okay, fine. Yeah. Anywho, where was I? Yeah, so enough of that. Let's see, move on to something else. Yeah, well, there really hasn't been a war.
For your repertoire, you know, you say most people on the planet are dumb. You know, they just follow the sheep. You could refer to them as the soulless minions of orthodoxy. You know, I thought, you know, you could integrate that somewhere into one of your ramblings about how crap the human race is.
Yeah, well, I'm not, you know, I don't even buy so much. It's just you know, there's this little limited amount of propaganda that people are just fed, and they're fed because they're birthed by breeders. I mean, so right away they were created by people too stupid to figure out that they really don't need to have kids. And on top of that, yeah, the whole fucking world is just, they're just glorified. They just keep glorifying. They just keep making excuses for how pitifully stupid life is. Oh, the animals don't feel, or all they keep rationalizing all the crap.
Hey, your mic is on.
You just, oh, mic on, mic off. Sorry. Anyway, and to answer the question, yeah, I don't know how to put it exactly, but yeah, obviously people buy it, okay? I mean, and there's so much pressure to buy it. I mean, I felt it. I mean, I felt really alien because I had these negative thoughts when I was a kid, and I said life is stupid, and I didn't understand why things were dying and why this was such a shithole. And I couldn't even express those feelings because they always got knocked back as soon as I uttered the words. As soon as I made any criticisms or critiques at all, it was always knocked back with, well, God says so, or everybody else thinks so, or whatever the thing is. And so you're just hit with all that dogma that we're somehow accomplishing something in this little life adventure game where we just, you know, watch all this shit, all this horror and this nonsense. And yeah, I wasn't okay with it. And I'm just saying that, you know, but how people step past that, I don't know what the mechanism is. But yeah, obviously you're going to stay, if you don't get past it early enough, you will stay retarded. Because it'll just become too much of your psychology. You'll be too invested. I was never invested. I was never part of the Borg. I was always anti-Borg.
Did you ever care?
I think things will eventually get better, though.
Well, I'm just saying, we can see now from progress that it doesn't get better. You know, we have more people living in luxury, but we have more people living in poverty. So I mean, the gross numbers aren't better. The raw circumstance, the average human life, would you want to live it? I mean, the average human is living a pretty poor life. They don't have an internet. They don't have a cell phone. They don't have, you know, they don't own a house. So, do you want to live that average life?
Let me ask you this. Is there any possible way that you and I, and seriously, I'm not even kidding, is there any way that I can move in?
Move in? We can move next door. It's a place for rent. You know, I ain't living with nobody. I don't want that.
I want to move next door, dude. I want to fucking move in, hang out, you and I.
Well, whatever. I'm
fucking
sorry.
Like, kind of cool.
I don't
like,
even,
next thing you know, you're making videos and like, over your back, like.
I don't even let women stay too long, okay? They can stay for the night, but, you know, not hanging out here.
Oh, there goes that.
Yeah, I don't live with
Oh,
people.
watch.
I don't live with people well. You know, when I moved out when I was 17, I did it for a reason. I don't like living with people.
You're just playing hard to get bandit. Keep trying, mate.
Well, whatever was that was, but yeah, I agree with Gavin. I would never. Yeah, I hate fucking living with people. Also, like when I go out, I'm actually a pretty friendly person. But besides that, I like keep to myself. I like kind of like covet I hide in my little fucking, you know, my little hole. But when I go out, I'm actually pretty good. But besides that, I really do hate people.
Well,
like,
people,
not
I
like
can
hate
feel
them,
them. I can
just like,
feel people.
I'd rather just be
I can feel people absorb my energy.
without them.
It really is like some kind of sci-fi film. I can actually feel my energy being stolen by people. I can feel them sucking it out of me. It's almost like that. People exhaust me. They exhaust me with their bullshit. So I have to live alone just so I can regain my energy, so I can face them for a couple hours here and there. I can take a visit, okay, but yeah, it's all it can be. It's got to be this long and no longer kind of thing, because yeah, you will wear my batteries out. Human beings suck the strength right out of me. They are such dark energy.
Gary, that's like that fucking movie. I forget what the movie is, but they're like space vampires. It's an old movie too. I think it's called like whatever. But yeah, that's almost like that.
Yeah, well, whatever. If they're vampires, I'm anti-vampire, and vice versa. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a space vampire. I don't know how it works, but whatever it is, either me or you is a zombie. You know, one of us isn't, and one of us is.
It was called like Life Force or something like that, but it was actually a pretty good movie. I think you'd like it.
I generally like movies, to tell you the truth. Even shitty movies, I say. Well, it was a movie anyway. But yeah, I only watch about one movie a week, which is really amazing. My neighbor gave me some kind of dopey movie. I gotta see what the hell it is. It didn't sound too good, but who knows?
Like some of the best days, like when I go out, is I actually like watching you, like when you do your walk videos. Those are the fucking best, dude. Seriously, because that's like when I go out. I'm like, I watch you walk and you're like, you know, you're making the video and on that cool path and you cross that brook with the stones on it and shit. Dude, seriously, that's fucking, those videos are the balls.
Yeah, well, whatever. Some people hate them. But whatever. Too much noise, blah, blah, to bounce around, they complain, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's, you know, whatever. Go ahead, Machine Ghost Guy. Your mic's a little low, actually. Not that I want you louder, because, you know, then I would feel even more guttural, but, you know, it might be worth cranking it up a little.
Yeah, I was thinking about like the economics thing. What's his name? How the World Works was on about something called Barstool Economics, where I think he was trying to defend tax cuts for the rich, where he was saying, like, you know, the poor man pays nothing, and the man at the top, if you make him pay too much, the next night you then come out drinking, so the people at the bottom have to pay more, or something like that. I think they could probably do a few ownage videos on the fair economics trend.
Yeah, well, I hate to pay attention to the asshole. I mean, no, people shouldn't even be listening to the fucker. So, I mean, part of me just says, well, he's just so stupid. But yeah, I mean, I really should watch some of his videos just to catch up. Because I did in the past. It's just kind of a waste of time, though, because I just don't have the view numbers. So he gets his audience, and I'm not going to be able to get to his audience. So there's no point in making me a... I mean, I'm just talking to the choir, you know what I mean? Until I break free of the choir, you know, there's little point in me preaching until somebody shows up and actually sits in the pews. But yeah, I mean, it's just full of shit. I mean, obviously, these people actually think that, you know, rich people create jobs. They're just stupid. It's just so stupid. Capital creates the opportunity to create supply to feed demand. But, you know, demand is what creates jobs. And workers create supply. And we don't need the middleman.
I think TJ said something about people shouldn't be taxed unless they get more than £500,000 a year. That was too far the other way or something. He said something about capitalism has to be tempered with socialism and vice versa. I don't know what exactly he meant by that. Is there a thing in there?
Well, whatever. I mean, look, you know, people go to extremes, and people keep talking about how everybody's entitled to medical care and all this other shit, and I'm not for all that crap. I don't want... I want to be able to make my choices. You know, I don't want somebody else telling me I have to subsidize their lifestyle. So that's where it gets a little funky, because people think they have a right to have kids, and then I have a responsibility to pay for their kids, and all that kind of shit, and that's where all that social crap goes way too far. But the idea that you should tax, right now we're taxing income on interest at a lower rate than we're taxing work, and that's just stupid. So obviously we should be taxing interest.